I'm Biagini with Campus Reform, and today we're at Georgetown University. A Democratic Socialist named Janeese Lewis George recently announced that she would be running for mayor of Washington, D.C. So today we'll be asking students what they think and if they think that a Democratic Socialist should be in charge of the nation's capital. Let's ask and find out. There's a Democratic Socialist by the name of Janeese Lewis George, and she recently announced that she'd be running for mayor of D.C. What's your reaction to that?
I mean, I wouldn't say I would be super in support of it just because, socialism just doesn't work. I think as a whole, giving things out for free in the long run will not make money for a city.
I know with Zohran's policies, just in the long run, the renting policies won't work, and all the wealthy individuals who are going to be paying more taxes are going to leave.
I'd have to look into it. I don't know much about it, so yeah.
Couldn't really say specifically, but, would be interested in learning more maybe.
What are your thoughts on a Democratic Socialist running for mayor of America's capital?
I was a big fan of Zoran Mamdani and his run for New York mayor, so honestly, I don't know how that's going to translate to being the mayor of the capital. And I feel like she might have some opposition from a lot of Republicans here, but I personally might be open to it.
I'm from upstate New York, so not the city, but I really don't. I'm not opposed to Mamdani, so if someone like him were to run for DC, I'd like to see how that shapes up.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of socialism, so I probably wouldn't be super in favor.
Her party is hoping to draw a lot of young voters, very similar to another Democratic Socialist named Zoran Mamdani did in New York. In your experience, why do you think that so many young people are starting to trend towards socialism?
I feel like people are looking for change, definitely. They want to see something different. They feel like what's going on isn't working. So that's probably why, I'd say.
I don't know. I think affordability is a strong message, and I think people definitely even voting for Trump. On the other side, I think people voted with their wallet.
But I think people want affordability. They want to hear new thoughts, and if she's rallying people with those sentiments, then that might be a reason.
I think when that's the only option for a Democrat, that's probably who you're going to vote for.
That sounds nice, but some of the policies may not work as planned.
And we've seen socialism have some less than ideal effects in countries around the world in history. Like, for example, in the Soviet Union, by 1991, the economy had stagnated for 2 decades. Farms and fields were not able to produce enough food to feed the country. Mao Zedong's policies led to the Cultural Revolution. The Great Leap Forward left 30 million people dead. Do you think that if the United States continues to elect socialists, something similar could happen?
Anything is a possibility, but again, I think Mamdani's policies seem very strong, and obviously a lot of people agree with that. So I think it just depends on the individual.
Do you think the U.S. is in danger of similar things?
It's actually another question I'm not going to answer. Elsa, could we please scrap this interview?
I don't know if socialism would ever really take over the U.S. I think a lot of the things you're kind of mentioning are things people are aware of and kind of continue to think about even when they hear socialism. I don't know if it would ever really take over.
I don't think socialism is going to take over, but I also think that it can be a good thing even when it does happen, if it's not mixed with dictators or something like that.
There's a Venezuelan immigrant by the name of Franklin Camargo, and he recently wrote an op-ed saying that, quote, "I lived Mamdani's dream and I had to flee to survive it," which was Venezuela.
Oh, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that Zoran Mamdani's dream is going to lead us to be the next Venezuela.
I guess just look at the lived experience of others if you haven't lived it yet, and you can take advice from stories like that.
Does this change your views at all?
It would definitely make me question it. Yeah, I'd have to. I'm not familiar with him, so I'd have to look into all of that. But yeah, it would obviously make me question it if that's the very thing that made him flee.